The Sutherland lad reported back. The bandits were cleared with minor spoils. He may have potential. Cullen. Great.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things?
Oh.
No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
Nightingale. Cambring is dead. Fully armored, locked in an inner room in his home, a knife in his back. He knew someone was coming for him. Ironically, the scene was exactly the same as the one in the first Hard in Hightown novel. Someone sent a professional after this magistrate. They had to leave a trail. Cooper. Unsavory parallels. Okay. This is still ongoing. Finding Samson's weakness. Yeah. I guess this needs... Oh, this needs Josephine.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Guard the coin. Is this something we want? Skyhold is not a center of trade, though it could become one in time. The Inquisition is largely driven by the belief of its supporters, some of whom are quite wealthy. Sell information? Or wealthy patrons. Sell protection. Get money by trading. Not sure if this is the highest on our priorities. Hinterland resources, yeah, let me just click on that so it's not new anymore. I'm not very interested in the resources, but more in the in connections, right? Shadows over Denerim. Inquisitor, first things first, an apology. I offered the rebel mages safe harbor in Ferelden, only to have them drive my uncle out of his own town. So I'll admit I wasn't in the best of moods when I first met you. I just wanted everyone out of Redcliffe and didn't care who was responsible for what. Now I wish I'd done otherwise. Isn't that always the way? These cultists, Venatori, I think they're called, we have them in the royal palace, or so I'm told. Like rats, but with magic and nasty sneers. I don't know what they are up to, but I need to find them and drive them out. Since the Inquisition knows all about them, I'm hoping will help. Something grateful something. Wait, did you just write that? You scribes do this on purpose, don't you? King Alistair Theron. Oh god, it just shows that he doesn't even care. I have just the agent in mind for this. Allow me to send her to Denerim to quietly hunt down the Venatori spies. Oh, Cullen says not only we should help, but everyone should see us doing it. I think so. After the PR disaster we had in Redcliffe, maybe that's a good idea.
To work?
Locate weapon. Investigate Frostback Basin. Maybe that's where that's where we can go next. Power for a prize. Oh, unsavory parallels. A copy of Hard in Hightown sits open on the table. Javlar was waiting outside the captain's office when Don and Branokovich slunk out, defeated. We're not getting a warrant, are we? Javlan looked almost relieved. No, Donnan met his partner's eyes. The kid was barely 20 and looked like he'd walked straight to the Kirkwood barracks for somebody's potato farm. Taller and broader. Oh my god, Varric, what are you writing? Liliana has written a note in the margin. The dead magistrate. Attempt to implicate Varric? Why and in what? If an assassin killed a magistrate, a word to the crows might tell us who it was. They watch rivals carefully. Alright.
Inquisitor.
I'll leave this to you. Reports of Darkspawn activity. Okay. I guess we'll investigate Frostback Basin. We're level 21, so we should be fine. To Ambassador Josephine Montilier, thank you so much for your earlier correspondence. I confess it's been difficult to get those in Orlais to take this discovery seriously in light of recent events, but I am positive that scouting the Frostback Basin will yield historic discoveries beneficial to both the academic field and the Inquisition. As a staunch supporter, I am honored to be working in such great company on this historic occasion. Yours most sincerely, Professor Bram Kenrick, University of Orlais. The University of Orlais has vouched for Professor Kenrick. If he says there is something worthwhile in Frostback Basin, we should investigate. We've scouted the region and set up camp. Professor Kenrick has the scouts gathering anything they can find. So far, we've uncovered a lot of very old buckles. Hopefully this yields something more exciting. Anyone who comes here should be ready for hostile wildlife and angry Avar. This place is dangerous, Scout Harding. Oh, are we expecting Avars to meet up with Avars? Cassandra... Dorian... Sarah?
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenrick. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenrick teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
Okay. Hooray. Oh, did I study Inquisitor Ameridan?
The texts say that Inquisitor Ameridan was a dragon hunter who vanished on his last expedition.
Yes, precisely. I see you've read Lautrec's Precursors to the Chantry. Inquisitor Ameridan stepped down shortly before the Navaran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
So the Inquisitor turned into the Templars, right? So they are the precursor to the Templars. It's a good cause. Okay, yeah, equipment, if we can get his equipment, maybe... Yeah, I guess.
If the last Inquisitor has been missing for 800 years, it's only fitting that today's Inquisition help find him.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Ameridan was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakon. There's also an Avar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakon, they've been friendly so far.
Oh.
The Jaws of Hakon?
They're hostile Avar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but the Hakonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
Oh, so there are friendly Avar and hostile Avar. I just wanted to chat.
I thought we could catch up.
Of course.
What can we chat about? Oh, okay. What do you think of Kenrick, the professor?
Have you spoken to Kenrick much?
A bit. He's quite nice, isn't he? And clever. Really loves his books. I said hello one day while he had his nose buried in a giant tome. His shriek was a winner. I can't stop doing it now. It's too funny.
Okay, I thought you loved his books, but no, he loves his books. Tell me about the Basin.
They say you
Oh,
grew
oops.
up in a village. Where did you learn to fight, draw a bow, all that?
Here and there. You pick things up as a little dwarf girl in a village filled with piggish Ferelden boys. I'm no artist with a blade. I just know what hurts and what takes him down quick. Bruised a shin or two in my day, and a few, you know, other things. And archery? There was a traveling hunter who set me up with my first bow and taught me the basics. After that, I practiced on my own. On squirrels, mostly. Oh, and Heinrich from next door, but only with padded arrows.
Oh, good. Yeah, I misclicked, so this was not the question I wanted to ask. Your thoughts? Tell me about the basin now.
How do you like the Frostback Basin?
It's lovely, isn't it? At least until you step in a pile of bogfish or poo. The stuff's vile. It makes great fuel for starting fires, though, if you can tolerate the smell. Ugh. I might suggest that to the commander. It could be great for sieges.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
That is a brilliant idea. I'll endorse it.
Wonderful. I'll write it up as soon as I get back to Skyhold.
Thoughts on the Avar?
What do you think about the Avar?
When I was a little girl, a lady in our village used to tell me Avar tales. Being able to see their lives up close, it's nothing like I thought. They're very tall, aren't they? I was considering a proposal for Commander Cullen. Avar allies with dwarven archers astride their shoulders. They'd be unstoppable.
That reminds me, we did recruit an Avar back then. Like at the start, right? The Skywatcher he was called, I think. But we haven't seen him in Skyhold or in Haven. Your thoughts about our fight?
What are your thoughts about our progress against Corypheus?
We're getting close. It feels like we're on the right track, doesn't it? Everyone working together against a common goal. It feels good.
Yeah, it does. How is your family?
I hear you have family in Ferelden.
Yes, my mother and father. I insisted they moved to Denerim once I signed up with the Inquisition. Ambassador Montilier tells me I should invite them to Skyhold. She thinks they'd be proud of me. But after Haven, I just can't, you know? It's not that I don't trust you or our soldiers, it's just... I just want them to be safe. And if that means they don't get to see things firsthand, that's okay. My mother likes writing letters anyway.
That's quite understandable.
We'll continue this another time.
Goodbye then.
Let's talk to the professor as well. Jace? Who's Jace? Where's the professor? The professor is gone. Alright. It's fine. Okay, to the east there's Avar allies and Jaws of Hakon. I think we should make haste and or we can go to the east and see what they have to say about the Jaws of Hakon. Maybe they know something. Oh wait, what is this? The Basing Beckons. Okay, why do I wanna go this way?
The veil is wobbly here.
Perhaps a bit wobbly instead.
What? Let me check. Sensing... Sensy... Definitely wobbly.
Sarah, how can you do that? What did you do?
No, that refers to a riddle.
Professor Bram Kenrick, the requested supplies have been sent to your current location from the university, including additional ink, books of Ameridan, and 3 Divine Age buckles for purposes of comparison. And yes, upon your return you may say I told you so in regards to my saying your collection was useless. Everything should arrive shortly after you, of course, roads still aren't what they were. Also, I fed that fish, but I am not talking to it for you. Professor Cheval Laurent, University of Orlais. I love it. I love the professor already. A baffled note. A note affixed to a book entitled Sir Lothaire Vernet de Ray's Victory and Dominion. Lady Harding, I could use the opinion of an expert. Though impressive, the victory outlined on the marked page could not have been achieved as stated, Bram Kenrick. Sure it could, if you had enough apples. Alright. Did someone defeat someone with apples or something? Another book. Pages of neatly written, painstakingly detailed notes fill a well-worn journal. The notes break midway through for a list. Expedition to Frostback Basin. Preparations. Reread Finding a Meriden. Complete. Review notes on appropriate excavation methods. Complete. Practical categorization of minute material artifacts. Complete. Read book on Frostback Basin. Complete. Practice camping. Complete. Note, bring a pillow. Reread an anatomy of various terrible beasts. Complete. Learn to fence. Cannot find willing instructor. Ask brothers for fencing defense lessons. Bad idea. Read book on survival and defense. Complete. Bring towels. Packed. A few idle swirls follow, along with a tiny sketch of an elf defending a stack of papers from various terrible beasts. The caption reads, Field work. Property of Colette. Okay, who's Colette? Hello, Professor. Do you mind if I just steal everything from you? Inquisitor Ameridan. What is known about Inquisitor Ameridan would barely fill a page. He was a friend of Emperor Drakon. He was Inquisitor when the Seekers of Truth folded themselves into the Chantry as part of the Nevarran Accord, their order serving as precursor to the Order of Templars and the Circle of Magi. Shortly after the Accord was signed between 122 and 124 Divine, Ameridan left his position and departed, never to be seen again. These facts alone are undisputed. Everything else is uncorroborated hearsay, broad speculation, or salacious rumor-mongering. Ameridan did not willingly cede power. Drakon forced the Seekers of Truth to disband upon pain of death, then removed the Inquisitor rather than suffer a rebellion in the new Chantry's ranks. Ameridan was forced to retire due to the still young Chantry's restrictions requiring celibacy, as he was involved in a relationship with a mysterious lady mage that the Chantry erased from history. Ameridan was a rowdy noble who cared more for raucous entertainment than for the Seekers. He held a position only because Drakon wanted a loyal friend. And when the Seekers became part of the Chantry, Ameridan was free to retire. Any of these stories may be true, and without more evidence, we could have little hope of ever reaching a clear determination. Nevertheless, I would offer a few notes. Firstly, Emperor Drakon rightly acknowledges the man who molded Chantry into the organization it is today, was a pious man, committed to spreading the chant of light and creating a world where magic and men were governed by Andrastian principles. All sources agree that Ameridan was a close friend, and while it is certainly possible that Ameridan was more pragmatic than pious, it is highly unlikely that Drakon would have befriended a figure who was actively opposed to the Chantry, much less tolerated such a man holding a position of power. Secondly, Inquisitor Ameridan was universally acclaimed as a powerful combatant. Regardless of his supposed faith, rumor-mongers suggesting Ameridan was exiled ask us to believe that Emperor Drakon could see no use for a powerful warrior with years of command experience. Given that the Second Blight had been a factor for Legion life for more than 15 years at the time of Ameridan's disappearance, with Darkspawn pouring from the Underfells into northern Orlais in growing numbers, it is frankly absurd to suggest Drakon would casually dispose of such a military asset. Without further evidence, we may never know more about Ameridan's departure. Nevertheless, I hope that we may eschew the current popular cynicism, at least when obvious evidence against it is presented, to see that his disappearance must have had some other cause. Oh, another one. Questions of accuracy that moved against them were halted by the light from her most assured hands. It was then she took her own counsel in ways best not set forth here and led the party away. Did Ameridan's eyes seek hers among those assembled, as he relayed the events which led them there? If she stood among us, I did not know her. yet his hand moved slightly at his side as my own does when my wife is near and I seek wordless comfort in the touch of her fingers. We had all heard the whispers. Did he say her name in the telling? Would he have dared? Times were different, but have they changed so much? Excerpt from the writings of Lord Bescant. Kenrick, this is a precise copy. The preceding pages were lost or removed ages ago. Bescant makes no further references to this woman, although Emeriden comes up several times later on. Bescant's writings, as they pertain to Inquisitor Emeriden, are not entirely unknown, although you are unlikely to find them among Chantry records. Their validity is largely dismissed. Some have questions whether the so-called Light and Council reference magic or holy insight, and of course Bescant wrote down his impressions many years after the fact. The author's own wife brought accuracy into question when she admitted her husband was recalling his youth in the Orlesian capital through nostalgia and age-distorted memory. I believe her admission is part of official Chantry record. Best of luck, M. So there may or may not have been a romantic love interest for him.
Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
Harding is a good scout.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
Oh. What's this about Tevinter?
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter?
Yes. While it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
Period-specific buckling?
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle, but ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter, while this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Orlesian Empire. And when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
Tell me what you found.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avar fishing camp, but the Avar won't say much about it.
Okay. There was a battle?
What makes you think the last Inquisitor was fighting?
There's a clasp here common to armor links. It's clearly torn. That only happens from a heavy shearing blow, like large claws or an axe. Then there's the dagger. Silverite, with a stylized dragon pommel and an inscription reading Cordilis. That dagger had to be a gift from Cordilis Dracon, first Emperor of Orlais. No one would just lose such a thing.
Oh. Very fascinating how much you can infer from just buckles. Tell me of the fishing camp.
What can you tell me about the Avar fishing camp?
Not much. It's the friendly Avar, not these jaws of Hakon barbarians. According to the scouts, they wouldn't say much about the area. Likely a local superstition.
Okay, I'll investigate.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Is Colette the one standing next to you? maybe not. Whoa, look at that bird. That chicken. I don't see anyone we can talk to, so is Colette here or where is she? Letter to Harding. My darling Lace, I hope this letter finds you healthy and happy. Last week I managed to barter for maps of Ferelden and Olay from Hugin. The old soldier who rents the place on Mistress Johan's farm, you remember him, don't you? Quiet man, always smoking a pipe in his chair on the porch. He wasn't using the maps anymore, so I gave him some of my jam and patched his code in exchange for them. Now, whenever you tell me of your travels, I'll be able to check where you've been. I am astounded, my darling, when I look at the weave of dotted trails I've already marked out on my maps. Oh, the places your feet have touched! How far you've gone, my little Lace! I am so proud of you! When I was your age, I'd only ever gone as far as Lothering. My mother never left Redcliffe. She lived and died there. And now here you are, flying so far with so much purpose. My mind can barely comprehend it, but my heart swells. I shan't take up too much of your time. I know how busy you are. I am looking at the frostbacks on the maps as I write this, because I know you will likely be at your Skyhold. Please make sure to dress warmly. I have included the recipe for your favorite turnip goat stew, a taste of home to stave off the cold mountain airs. Kisses and hugs from me and your father, Mother. Oh, that is so heartwarming. Alright. So... He said the fishing village was south of there. Oh, okay, no, it's in the east. Rather. Oh, that's Colette. Alright, let's find Colette first. And talk.
Hating the outdoors, you really do seem to like bad weather.
What's that now?
The other day, you were outside in the rain, staring up with a grin on your face.
I smile at clouds.
Oh.
Of course you do.
What? I should hunch and swear at the rain pissing off my nose? Let the weather win? I smile the freak out of clouds. Maybe they get tired of trying.
Are we still talking about clouds?
What?
Never mind. Drinks and insults later?
Buying. Then there's double.
Drinks and insults later? Is that a hobby that you do in your free time? Drinks and insults? Dorian? Wow, this looks very impressive. Look at the birds. I always want to say chicken when I see birds because of, you know, the Stormlight Archive, if you know that series. The birds. Okay, I don't think I can jump on top of that. I can! Hello, birds! Okay, they don't want to be touched. What is this statue? Is it an Avar statue? Is there something here? Do I get a reward for coming up here? Oh gosh! Oh. Welp. Ouch. Any new vegetation? Flora that I can find? Yeah, it kind of looks like a tropical forest of some sorts. The Shallows. We're not encountering any enemies. Oh, what is that? Is that an enemy? No. It's friendly. Hello? Is that a nug? Maybe a nug. Hey, hello! Who are you? You're not enemies? Fishers, maybe? No, these are Inquisition, right? I think so. Oh! What are those? They're fighting each other. Do we wanna do something about them? Or do we just let them be? More of the animals. Oh god! Good. Oh my god, they are very tenacious. Ouch! Die, please. Oh no, the docile creature is also attacking us. What is this creature? Bogfisher! Okay, it might be wise not to anger the bogfisher. They are docile, but if they get angry, they have a lot of health. Good skin, ever right. There's our camp.
So, set up camp or keep moving?
Set up camp.